What's up, guys? It's Kictor. I'm back with my beautiful girlfriend Stitch to talk about Yuwu Volume 6. Yuwu, what's this? Meat Bun, what the actual fuck were you on while writing this volume? What the hell?
That was me the entire time reading it. So we're in for a fun ride.
Damn. Yeah, lots of people have been struggling with this one, I think.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
a little refresher. When last we met, Moshi saved Gumong from getting killed by the Lao Kingdom's Guoshi in a very public setting, resulting in widespread rumors questioning Moshi's loyalty to the nation and the nature of their relationship. Yay. Also, Gumong found out about Moshi's vow of calamity and has a severe breakdown in which his demonic chi runs wild. You could say he was crashing out, as the kids would say. Although Moshi is able to get through to him through the power of love, Gumong has nevertheless finally reached his breaking point. He has lost all his memories and verges on losing his basic humanity as well. He is beyond treatment. Despite the situation being so direly hopeless, Moshi is determined to work towards saving him until his dying breath. His only remaining chance is to somehow recover Gumong's two scattered souls. This can only feasibly be done through a soul summoning technique, part of the elusive legendary rebirth technique, which we may know from Arha. Princess Mengja gives Moshi a lead on a legendary sage who may know the technique, if he indeed exists, and promises to help him save the one he loves. However, there's an interesting observation at this point about how strange it is that Princess Mengja can so easily let go of a love she's harbored for over 10 years. Her emotions seem to run deep, but her actions don't reflect that. Indeed, her restraint makes her seem either saintly or just a little bit off. But you can essentially forget about everything I just told you because we don't get into any of that in this volume.
Oh!
Yep, we get immediately derailed by a sort of side plot for over half the volume.
Got it.
Okay, so moving on. Dear Dawi, guess what? What? Today is 4th of July. Goodbye 2007, hello 2008. Moshi reduced to sobs. Although the emperor is reluctant, Moshi obtains 1 month leave to try to find this elusive sage. We finally get to see what Gumong is like post-chi lobotomy, and it's not good, but at least he doesn't know any better. Gumong truly doesn't remember anything. He's quite placid and at peace, like an innocent child. The only thing that remains is an intrinsic trust in Moshi. Moshi discovers Gumong's book of memories, which he had previously used to ward off the effects of his growing memory loss, and discovers something shocking. Gumong had written down only his good memories, only good things about everyone he knew, even Murong Lian and the emperor. He purposely excluded all the pain and injustices and grief he faced, only putting his energy into remembering the small good things in his life. And that makes Moshi cry. Like
wow.
A lot. Moshi is so burdened by everything that Gumong has gone through, and then Gumong actively chose to really only remember the good things if that was all he was going to have left. He didn't want to be, holding on to all of those things when he didn't have very much time left. It was just freaking heartbreaking to read.
POV, you overhear the most fucked up family tragedy while enjoying fine local cuisine.
So anyways, the two of them go to Lin'an, a beautiful canal city which can be reached by a day's travel by boat. Moshi buys Gumong all the snacks and trinkets that catches his eye and even takes him out to a nice dinner. But while they're at the restaurant, Moshi spots Murong Chuyi, of all people, looking uncharacteristically distraught. Murong Chuyi inquires with the restaurant owner, a longtime local, about a Chu family from 30 years ago, the birth family that gave him up as a baby. Murong Chuyi then learns about a full-fledged tragedy that will likely set him on the path of revenge. Back in the day in Lin'an, there was a family with 2 exceptionally beautiful daughters that drew the attention of many suitors. However, the father wanted them to choose their husbands instead of simply marrying them off to rich men, so the suitors were turned away time and time again. However, as we've seen the terrible disparity between social classes in this society, one day an entitled, lecherous nobleman comes and steals those daughters away, even killing their father in the process. The younger Miss Chu never stopped resisting, but the elder Miss Chu quickly realized that the only chance to save her sister would be to pretend that she was willing. The younger sister was also deceived by her act of compliance and hated her for her supposed cowardice. But even then, the elder sister knew that this hatred was the only way her sister would be willing to escape without her, so she did not tell her the truth. She carefully bided her time to find an unattached, good nobleman who would be kind to an orphan beauty like her sister, and then took her chance. During a hunting event, the elder Miss Chu slipped an amnesia-inducing powder into her sister's water and then left her on a path that Murong Chuan would be sure to cross. Her plan succeeded. Murong Chuyi not only saved her sister, but fell in love with her. We already know the rest of the story and the fate which befell her. The younger sister Chu is none other than Auntie Lin, Gumong's mother. But what of the elder Miss Chu? With her sister's safety and comfort secured, she flees back to Lin An, but along the way she falls into a gulch of poisonous fog and goes crazy.
Oh.
As one does. Although she makes it back to her hometown, her mental condition ostracizes her from the rest of the townsfolk, and she dies a pauper, regretting that she gave up her baby. When she fled the capital, she had been pregnant with a child of rape, and in her unstable condition and reasonably mixed feelings, she left the child at a temple to hopefully receive a better life. As you might have surmised, that baby is none other than Murong Chuyi, which makes him and Gumong related by blood. What a twist.
I see.
But there's also one more piece of bad news. The nobleman who raped Murong Chuyi's mother is Yue Zhentian, the father of both Jiang YeXue and Yue Qing. The woman who adopted Murong Chuyi ended up marrying into the same family as Murong Chuyi's actual birth father.
Right.
Who he probably wants to kill right about now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My theory about there being weird sexual tension between Murong Chuyi and Jiang YeXue is correct.
So, if my theory about there being weird sexual tension between Murong Chuyi and Jiang YeXue is correct, we're in trouble because they're technically half-brothers.
With the same dad.
Yes. That was my note from past me. Now this is future me here to tell you that the situation between them is actually so fucked up that the fact that they're brothers doesn't even become relevant. It's not even brought up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next slide.
Meat Bun introducing a sacrificial blood pool.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
There it is. We're back in the fucking blood pool again. With Meat Bun introducing a blood pool. Hope nobody engages with the blood pool in any ways that induce death. Anyways.
This is a reference to Arha,
Yes.
where there is a blood pool.
In the last volume that we read of Arha, there was also a blood pool. Not the same blood pool. A different blood pool.
Got it.
The situation is actually quite similar, but anyways. Murong Chuyi goes to the simple, untended grave of his mother in a wretched state, his secret dreams of finding a true home and family dashed in the worst possible way. Moshi finds him there and tries to convince him not to throw away his life for revenge. Although Murong Chuyi still insists on dealing with Yue Zhentian, he is moved when Moshi tells him that Gumong is his cousin and agrees to meet him before his vengeance thing. But before he can meet Gumong, he has to first go with the rest of the Yue clan to offer a blood sacrifice in a cave. Just normal family outings, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing could go wrong.
Top 10 anime betrayals. Moshi, a little girl.
She deserves it. Just kidding. Okay, so this is where things get a little crazy. Moshi has his doubts about whether Murong Chuyi will follow his word, and so when a Yue clan guard escapes the cave with news of a bloody revolt on his dying breath, Moshi races in to stop Murong Chuyi from vengeance. What he finds is an indiscriminate slaughter. Not only has Yue Zhentian been killed, but Murong Chuyi has killed every other clan member in attendance as well. The only ones left alive are little Lan Er, the heartsick girl that Jiang YeXue took in, Jiang YeXue himself, and Yue Chenqing. They try to reason with Murong Chuyi to no avail. When he moves in to make a killing blow on Jiang YeXue, Moshi stops him and the two enter a heated battle. Now, the reason why they're all in the blood sacrifice cave to begin with is because the head of the Yue clan has command over a ghost soldier army, but is also in charge of pacifying the ghosts by giving up his spiritual energy and or literal blood. With Yue Zhentian dead, the head of the family is technically Yue Chenqing. Despite having slacked in his cultivation training, he nobly chooses the path of self-sacrifice to end his once beloved uncle's killing spree. Undergoing intense pain as his spiritual energy is sucked away, he summons the ghost army to fight Murong Chuyi's bamboo soldiers. As Murong Chuyi slowly weakens against Moshi's attacks, one of the ghost soldiers stabs him from behind. As the sword pierces Murong Chuyi's body, his expression turns strangely confused as he collapses, and Moshi gets the terrible sense that something about the situation is off. He seals the cave and asks each of the three survivals a question only they could know. Lan Er, the little girl, can't answer. Moshi doesn't hesitate to grab that little girl by the neck and threaten her. But upon closer inspection, her spiritual core is completely missing. She's been reduced to a puppet. And the puppet master is with them right now.
Oh.
Before Moshi can react, he's hit with a paralysis poison. Jiang YeXue casually gets out of his wheelchair with Lan Er's core in hand. His gentle facade is completely dropped, and it's revealed that he only took her in to steal her core to heal his legs. He doesn't even like kids.
Oh my god!
Also, Murong Chuyi was under mind control, and also, he's not quite dead yet, so we can forget about him for the time being. Right? What a fucking real... I mean, we knew there was something creepy going on with him, but like...
What?
This is still crazy.
Steal a little girl, get your legs back.
He's like, someone was gonna steal her core anyways. Anyway, I'm like, bro, what?
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know Murong Chuyi's reaction to this.
Yeah, well, he's unconscious for the time being, but we will get some backstory for sure about what is going on here.
Why are you so evil, Jiang YeXue?
It all started when I was born.
Okay.
Story time. All right, villain monologue time.
Okay.
Jiang YeXue is full of hatred and resentment for the Yue clan, especially the sheltered and cherished young master Yue Chenqing. It all started 23 years ago. He was a good child, grateful for the teaching and opportunities that he had in the Yue clan, despite his mother being only a low-born concubine. His mother, however, was very fearful of losing her favor when Murong Huang entered the household as Yue Zhentian's new wife. In the night of her arrival, Jiang YeXue meets Murong Chuyi, the new wife's adopted brother, for the first time. He has no idea that this younger boy is technically his new uncle when he offers him an umbrella in the heavy snowfall. Murong Chuyi has a cold and haughty attitude, but Jiang YeXue is so gentle-hearted that it doesn't really get to him. However, Murong Chuyi doesn't warm up to him even over time, so they don't have much of a relationship, and Jiang YeXue slowly notices his loss of status in the household dwindle into the cold neglect from everyone but his teacher. And when his teacher falls ill, he truly has no one else to rely on. But then, to his surprise, Murong Chuyi takes notice of his work as a fellow artificing student and offers to teach him instead. Thus began the happiest days of Jiang YeXue's life. Despite being younger, Murong Chuyi is a brilliantly talented artificer who teaches him many new things, and the two of them spend all of their time together, whether in work or idle child's play. Jiang YeXue's mother grows more and more vicious towards both the usurping wife and her son, and even kicks out Jiang YeXue for defending Murong Chuyi, so he ends up fully living with Murong Chuyi instead. He develops such a fondness for Murong Chuyi and even enjoys watching him sleep.
Oh.
And then he becomes vaguely aware of some improper feelings towards his adopted uncle.
It's Yifu.
Yeah, a little bit of the Yifu uncle funkin' disease. Then disaster strikes. Murong Huang dies giving birth to Yue Chengqing, sending Murong Chuyi into a deep depression. Jiang YeXue stays with him, comforts him in a number of ways, and gradually restores his spirit. Murong Chuyi did not blame little Yue Chengqing for what happened, and even made him countless little toys despite refusing to visit him personally. Then Jiang YeXue accidentally stumbles upon his mother's attempt to poison and kill Yue Chengqing, which he prevents. His mother kills herself soon after, and Jiang YeXue falls even further out of favor by association. However, he remains a gentleman and doesn't carry resentment towards anyone, even adorable little Yue Chengqing, because he's able to remain by the side of the boy he loves. But even that is taken away from him when his father demands that Yue Chengqing have the opportunity to learn from Murong Chuyi instead. Jiang YeXue finally argues back, but this only results in him being severely beaten by his father. Murong Chuyi intervenes to save him, and the two of them have a touching moment while he bandages Jiang YeXue's wounds. Jiang YeXue asks if he would believe him, if he said he never intended to fight for Yue Chengqing's place, and Murong Chuyi has complete faith in him. Jiang YeXue is so overwhelmed with grief that he finally loses his restraint and kisses Murong Chuyi gently on the mouth. Murong Chuyi doesn't react positively and distances himself afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah. Jiang YeXue comes to realize that although he never dared to hope for more, that one moment destroyed his relationship with the only person who cared for him. His discontent slowly grows, but this he restrains above all else. Years later, he has a chance to leave Yue Chengqing to die after he got lost and was poisoned with demonic qi, but instead he saves him, purifying the demonic qi by taking it in instead. And then he has to hide the fact that his body contains demonic qi to avoid being executed. You know, it's just kind of like you're contaminated, you could be contagious, so he just has to hide that he even is affected by that. He fought the agonizing pain privately for so long, but his mental state deteriorated until he succumbed to all of the pent-up injustices he had suffered, warping him to hatred. When he finally stopped resisting the demonic qi, it stopped hurting him, and he even slowly discovered ways to use and control it. He could even infect someone else with it.
So, Jiang YeXue, shitty family dynamic. Murong Chuyi is nice to him, develops feelings for Murong Chuyi. Yue Chengqing comes and threatens to take over his place, but he doesn't actually want to harm him. And then even when he has the chance to harm him, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Kisses Murong Chuyi. Bad time. Is now infected with demonic qi. and is suffering, and then finally just lets it take over and stop suffering.
Right? He kind of turns to the dark side. To be fair, it really did take a lot.
Yeah.
There were multiple opportunities, and he truly tried to be a gentleman, and it was just this external force that, weakened him.
He's got nothing to live for.
Played on all of that internal pent-up things he needed therapy for and never got, and he had no one to rely on, and there you go. But now that he's turned evil, what is he going to do with that?
The illusion of free choice. Werewolves or vampires? They all lead to the same gay place.
Yes. So, first order of evil business, he infects Murong Chuyi. Which gives him vampire werewolf gay disease. Every new moon, Murong Chuyi would experience a burning agony that could only be relieved by drinking blood directly from Jiang YeXue's neck.
I infect you with the disease where you have to bite my neck?
Yeah!
Does he get off on it?
Oh, Jiang YeXue is definitely getting off on it. We'll get into that for sure.
Oh my god. This is so similar to the moon sickness.
Yes, it is. You got a blood pool and the moon sickness all tied together in one little...
Interesting. It's more... Xu Shanglin should have just been biting Lu Fenghua's neck.
A lot of it could be solved, potentially.
Oh god, okay.
Great. Okay. or by consuming a rare medicine called heart balm.
Okay.
You got options, I guess. Now, Murong Chuyi always tried to fight his way through medicine without relying on Jiang YeXue, but when all else failed, he was forced to seek him out. And this is what Moshi kind of ran into that one time where Murong Chuyi was coming out of his bedroom.
Oh,
and
shit!
Yeah.
We thought maybe they were having a little hookup. No, he had to get his
blood
fix.
hookup!
He had to get his fix. Came out with the IV drip. Fuck. Okay.
And yes, Jiang YeXue does get a sick thrill out of this on multiple levels.
Oh, good.
As this process, he lets us know that this process occurs while he's holding Murong Chuyi in bed.
Oh my god.
But he
This is so funny. Wait, I'm gonna infect you with this disease where you have to bite my neck and we have to cuddle every now and then.
Literally, I'm like, did this really have to happen while you were cuddling him in bed? Like, that is
that is imperative.
He's like, nope, not gonna let you. Gotta snuggle. Where's my hug at, bro?
He infects him with "Where's my hug at" disease.
But he also elaborates further, letting us know that they never go any further because Jiang YeXue explicitly clarifies that he's not interested in sexually forcing him. He's interested in him sexually, but not interested in forcing him. Only in making him slowly lose his mind until he begs him to take him. Those words exactly.
Oh my god!
He's playing the long con.
Oh my god.
A game of endurance, really.
This is Meat Bun being like, aha, I'm not writing for once. It's different. Oh my god. It's different if he gets mind broken enough to beg for it.
Jiang YeXue was willing to wait. But Murong Chuyi is very stubborn, like all people surnamed Chu, written by Meat Bun.
Oh, shit.
So, okay, and he's been like this ever since the poison, so he's clearly not in his right mind himself, so give him a little bit of grace.
Like, just beg for it. Just ask me to do it and we'll do it. And Murong Chuyu's like,
mouthful of blood. No thanks, this is enough.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, but it gets worse, right? Because that's bad enough, right?
Yeah.
But it gets worse. He casts a black magic spell on Murong Chuyi that would cause the demonic chi in his body to transfer to anyone else who got too close with him. With the special clause that if he told anyone about this, he'd instantly lose his mind and turn into a lustful beast whose sole desire would be to submit to Jiang YeXue. He's like, you will turn into a horny man who wants me no matter what if you tell anyone.
Awful. That's awful. Oh
It's
my
fucked
god.
up. But that's literally the thing. Murong Chuyi has had to live for years without getting close to anyone, pushing everyone away, being a bitch to everyone even more than he probably would be naturally. Just
because if he did, he'd go crazy and have to go fuck Jiang YeXue.
And well, no, because that's only if he told anyone about it.
Oh.
But if he got close to anyone, the demonic energy would transfer to them.
Oh!
And that is why Murong Chuyi always seemed to reject Yue Chengqing and keep him at an arm's length, despite loving his nephew the most in this world.
Oh my god!
Also that the poison wouldn't transfer to him. And Jiang YeXue is a bitch for this, because he's like, literally, if I can't have you, no one can.
Yeah, literally. Also, you can't tell anybody I'm totally, like, taking advantage of you all the time, and if you do...
Or you'll want me carnally.
Yeah.
You just will.
Meat Bun is so fucked for this.
Yes! Yes, she is! What is this information?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I just love that you'll instantly lose your mind and turn into some kind of succubus who's just so into me. Worst case scenario.
Literally, this is why...
He's like...
No, this is why you should never tell your crush you like them.
Stop.
Never confess to your best friend, or you may turn into this monster. Because Murong Chuyi, literally, he was just like a good guy to him who didn't like him back romantically.
He truly saw, like, it's, even though like Murong Chuyi was younger than him, he truly like just saw their relationship as like uncle and nephew. Like, it was very familial.
So then when Jiang YeXue kissed him, he was like, oh no, dog.
And neither of them even knew that they were even more familial than they realized.
Oh my gosh.
Because this entire time they're actually half brothers and neither of them know this.
This is so funny because we had this like curiosity about their relationship and we were like, oh, it's probably going to be like they're related so they can't be together. And you're like, no, it's much worse. And I was like, is he somehow his dad? Like, how could it be worse? This is worse.
It's like all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
They're related and more. But like, see, none of this, it doesn't come up because this is already fucked up enough as is.
Oh yeah. It's like, and they're related. It's like, I don't care. There's vampire, demonic, chi, infect anyone you get close to disease on the line.
They could be the least related people on the planet and this would be just as fucked up.
God. I really love finding out the reason for why a bitch is such a bitch, though.
Right? When the bitch is actually a bitch out of love. That's beautiful.
Is that picture of him like, is that Murong Chuyi?
That,
he's like at the table.
That's Yue Chengqing, discovering that his uncle was just so
He
so
did
good.
love him.
Yeah, and all that. Oh. He is not doing too well after this information being dropped in front of his salad.
What's one thing worse than the Emperor knowing Jiang YeXue was evil the whole time? The Emperor.
Yes. Oh yeah, and the Emperor has known the whole time that Jiang YeXue was demonic and hurting people, and he fully endorsed all of that.
Why?
In fact, because he and Jiang YeXue have been dark magic buddies this entire time, with Jiang YeXue advising him on all sorts of evil schemes.
The Emperor?
And Jiang YeXue have been bros. Dark magic
God.
bros. Because Jiang YeXue even put the Zhenlong chest piece into Lu Jianxing's body at the Emperor's request, which is what set Gumong off on his little, I guess I have nothing left to live for, I'll go become a spy for the evil magic kingdom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How is Moshe taking this?
Not great! Moshi realizes that the enigmatic, complicated emperor has never been remorseful or hurt by his own tough decisions at all. He's just fucking evil and a liar. He even used Jiang YeXue too, promising to make him head of the Yue clan just to keep him on a string. The only good news to come out of all of this, by the way, unrelated to Moshi, the only good news to come out of this is that while Jiang YeXue did secretly hate his wife, who was planted at his side by the emperor to keep an eye on him and ultimately keep the Yue clan under the emperor's control, he didn't actually kill her. Big surprise.
Oh, that's nice.
She did indeed die in battle without his help. So, I was truly surprised that he didn't kill his wife. I'm honestly psyched about that.
Why
Thank
did he
you.
secretly hate his wife?
Well, because he's in love with Murong Chuyi.
Oh, sorry. Jiang YeXue. I got mixed up. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah.
There you go.
Got it, yeah. Oh, he didn't kill his wife.
Yeah!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a win.
This whole time I was like, he killed his wife. He definitely killed his wife. I don't know why, but he did it.
Oh my
He didn't
God.
do it.
So, okay, the Emperor who was like playing to Moshi and being like, all these bad things, like they just had to happen. But look, I made these 30,000 graves for you. Doesn't fucking matter. He's just been evil the whole time.
He's been fucking evil the whole time. He's been
God.
behind a bunch of the evil shit we were blaming the Liao Kingdom on. The whole time. The whole time.
Fuck. Is he in cahoots with Guoshi?
You know what? I'll give him that. I don't think the emperor is cahoots with anybody but himself.
Okay.
He wants absolute control and power and will do anything
Okay.
to keep it. But the emperor was suspicious of Jiang YeXue anyways after she died and started to ignore him, especially after Jiang YeXue's legs were injured in the same battle.
Wait, so he's like, yeah, we're demonic buddies. And then he's like, oh, you're disabled? Cringe. What?
Left him hanging out to dry.
Wow.
The emperor is ableist and he sucks.
Damn. Murong Chuyi joining every other guy surnamed Chu who was enduringly good and pure and ultimately sacrificed himself for others.
So...
Chu Anning, Chu Fei, Chu Yoda.
Murong Chuyi. Okay, there was this like weird note at like the beginning of the volume that was like, oh yeah, his like when he was adopted, his surname was Chu, but his mom just added a Yi at the end of it just because she thought it sounded better. So like he literally is surnamed Chu originally. He is from that Chu family.
He's got to be related.
That's what I was wondering because this isn't like connected back to, you know, Arha in any specific way, but I'm like, it has to be the same family.
Has to be.
So I'm like, where in the timeline are
we? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to know. No spoilers.
No
but
spoilers.
very interesting to, I don't like, at this point, I don't know if we'll find out or what, but.
He's actually Chu Anning's son. Moran impregnated him.
No, that's so funny. Okay, so what is Jiang YeXue's plan now that he's framed Murong?
Wait, I had such a dumb thought. I was like, wait, we can tell how far in the Arha timeline it is based on like the inventions at the time. Like, do they have the printing press?
Do they have the printing press in Arha?
That's the question.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
You're so funny. Also, all these Chu bitches be artificers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that too.
I love a man with a screwdriver in his mouth.
Screwdriver in his mouth.
How far in the timeline are we?
Stop it.
Chu Anning with love power tools.
I thought you were making a dick joke. Why are you still thinking about that? Why are you still thinking about
inventions? When was the screwdriver invented?
Fuck off. You're so funny.
The one time I'm not making a dick joke.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh my god. Zoe? Zoe Shizen?
Anyways, back to the story. So what is Jiang YeXue's plan now that he's framed Murong Chuyi for murdering the entire clan? He plans to attic wife Murong Chuyi and live happily ever after with him.
Oh.
Yeah. He destroys Yue Chengqing's core and is a second away from killing him when Murong Chuyi gains consciousness. He decides that he's had enough of being controlled and instead sacrifices himself to the blood pool to command the ghost soldiers to kill Jiang YeXue.
No.
And the reason he's able to do that, if anybody cares, is because Yue Chengqing, I don't know if it's because his core is destroyed at that point, but basically, like, him and Jiang YeXue are kind of tied for second place in, like, being the heir to the ghost soldier army, so he's kind of just, like, able to, like, do that.
Okay.
After Yue Chengqing does it, so. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. He jumps into the fucking pool.
Damn.
When that is accomplished, his fading spirit rises out of the blood pool, a la Jedi Ghost, to have a touching moment with his nephew, finally able to express the deep affection he always held for him.
Oh.
It's really sweet and really sad. He also cures Moshi of his paralysis poison and tells him to never tell Gumong that they were cousins. He's like, yeah, I couldn't meet Gumong, sorry about that, just don't tell him. He's just gonna be sad that I'm dead.
Okay.
So... yeah, it was sad that they never got to... Gumong never got to have that!
Gumong could have had a cool artificer cousin.
Yeah.
Damn.
So when Moshi returns to Gumong, he has to tell him that his brother is going away on personal business for a long time and couldn't see him, but that it's not because he doesn't like Gumong. Your brother went to the farm in the countryside.
Like, he's gonna be gone. For how long? Forever. How long's forever?
Oh, no! Gumong is pretty sad about that, but also, like, really understanding. As long as, you know. And he also, Moshi brings back one of the like little bamboo soldiers. It's like they're full-size bamboo soldiers, but then they kind of like poof turn into little ones, little travel-size ones. And so it looks like a little toy at that point. So he brings back one of Murong Chuyi's little bamboo soldiers, and it's like, here, it's this toy he wanted to give you.
Oh, ow, ow.
And it's like his prized possession now. I'm very upset.
That's awful. That's so sad.
Yeah. So they return to the capital, Yue Chenqing, for the family funeral, where Yue Chenqing enters Murong Chuyi's workshop, and it's, oh my gosh, it's one of those things where it's like super secured, like there's locks, nobody can get in, right? And he just, walks up to it and says like, fourth uncle, like to the password, and it's obviously not the password, but just opens up for him. It's like he always wanted to see him, he always loved him, always accepted him. It's just in retrospect so clear. And he walks into the workshop and discovers that this is just full of designs and inventions to help the common people. It's like all of
this bitch is winning.
I know. It's like all of the kindness that Murong Chuyi couldn't express towards other, he placed into his creations instead.
If my robots won't give people evil disease. Oh, ow.
I'm sad. I'm very sad.
So sad. Why do you have to die?
I know. Choose too good to live. And that's that.
Too good to live.
I almost put that in a slide, but then I'm like, no, that's dumb.
Too good, chew live.
Chew good, chew live. And that's that arc. Like, we're done. We're done with that. We move on to the main plot, I guess.
God.
I don't even know why we needed that little detour.
Why are these characters even in the story?
Right? What is like I care against my will, but also what does this have to do with anything?
Are they a foil to Gumang and Moshi?
I guess. Did I need a foil? No, I just need them to live. Anyways, back to business.
Wrong, Leanne. I lived, bitch.
We don't have time to recover from whatever the fuck that was all about, because the Lao Kingdom's army is moving towards the capital, and a giant monster flies over the city, essentially carpet bombing it with demonic chi plague. Only by recalling the famous healer Jiang YeXue back to the capital are they able to create an antidote, which the emperor, which we now know is evil, distributes to the noble families at a banquet / military planning session. Weird choice, but okay. Then, Murong Lian, yes, the one we haven't seen since he was nearly assassinated and has remained deathly ill ever since, shows up looking more sickly than ever. Say, yeah, don't eat that medicine. It's mind control medicine made of the demon blood beast soul remnant. So he's had a little bit of a change of heart wanting to play the hero here, right? So Murong Lian's change of heart is a direct result of his extreme competitiveness, especially concerning Gumang. He claims that he had spent his entire life catering to the emperor to avoid his suspicions, but that he began to feel extremely dissatisfied with himself because of his brother, who nobly endured all sorts of humiliation and sacrifice for the nation. Now he wants a turn at being a hero. The only reason he's been addicted to ephemera this entire time is because 3 years ago, the emperor used the mind-controlling medicine on him, and he's been using hard drugs as a sort of counter to maintain his lucidity, not lose it.
That's why he's smoking all the time.
Yes!
Damn.
He's like, the emperor's trying to fucking control him all the time, and instead he's just like on opium or whatever. And so he's like, yeah, I would know mind-controlling medicine when I see it. Okay? Trust me.
Is this Murong Chuyi's brother?
They're from the same clan, but this is Gumang's half-brother.
Right, okay. 0 days since last Danmei banquet turned murder spree.
You knew it was coming. As the banquet guests begin to question and turn on their emperor, he grows tired of his unruly subjects and summons the demon blood beast to kill all those who rebel. The jig is up, I guess. The banquet turns into a bloodbath. Moshi hastily puts up barriers and summons the whale Tuntian to fight the beast, but the emperor remains eerily calm. Naturally, he has long since created a safeguard against Moshi turning against him, a puppet pill planted inside him 10 years ago, which the emperor activates with just a few words.
What?
Okay, there is like
sleeper agent?
Yes! Okay, there is multiple ways to control people. We have the mind control medicine the emperor has. We have a puppet pill. We also have, you could be a puppet if someone takes your spiritual core out and uses it to heal his legs. And then you have the whatever he used to control Murong Chuyi. I don't know if that was demonic chi or a medicine or whatever. Like, everyone in this fucking volume is being mind controlled. We're just here to enjoy that.
Oh my god. Okay.
It sure does be creating situations though. So anyways, Emperor activates the puppet pill.
Okay.
And so while that's warming up, Moshi tells Murong Lian to take away Gumong, who despite his confusion promises to protect Moshi even from this danger he can't comprehend. He doesn't want to leave him, wants to stay and protect him. But rather than succumbing to the poison, Moshi issues one last command to Tuntian to kill its master. He's like, he'd rather go out by his own will
Oh my
than
god.
be controlled. I'm tired of these bitches dying on one another. They need to live, love each other. However, thankfully, before the whale killing takes effect, the pill doesn't take effect at all.
Oh.
The emperor flies into a rage as Princess Mengja arrives and stands by Murong Lian's side. The two of them have been allied ever since the emperor tried to assassinate Murong Lian, which kind of revealed that he was a little bit evil. Princess Mengja reveals to the court all of the emperor's dastardly schemes concerning Gumong and the demonic arts, all for the purpose of obtaining absolute control.
I love Princess Mengja.
Princess Mengja is kind of killing it lately.
Yeah, she fucks.
She's saving everyone's ass. She doesn't even get Moshi's dick out of this. She seems like a really good person. I would be devastated if she's hiding any deep dark secrets, Meat Bun. But she seems really on the level.
Well, she's like the foil to Jiang YeXue. She like came onto Moshi. He was like, I'm sorry, no. And she's like, fine, I'll still fucking save you in the kingdom.
Yeah. We honestly do not deserve Princess Mengja. Yeah, so she totally reveals everything to the court about the emperor, which really gets everyone on the same page. Because, like, you know, some people were like, I don't know if I believe Murong Lian, the guy addicted to ephemera. But Princess Mengja, yeah, I would believe her. So,
Addicted to ephemera? What does that mean?
the
Real.
drug he's on is called ephemera.
Because you fucking junk journal and you're always talking about ephemera, I'm picturing him like taking like fucking catalogs and stickers off of things.
He's smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm addicted to ephemera in a different sense.
You are, you motherfucker. I'm literally picturing him scrapbooking.
What the hell? I don't think that makes...
And doing hard drugs.
I mean, if you... It's probably a good combination.
The drug's called ephemera. Okay, good to know.
Sorry, I thought I mentioned that before.
It's like he's addicted to Lego. I'm like, okay.
It's just... Oh
The drug was... The horse's name was Friday.
Oh my god. How much of this are you actually confused for? And you're just like trying to like pause for a question and I just keep going. Oh my god. God, I don't figure that one out. Okay. She shows up as Moshi is about to die / kill himself. And Murong Lian interjects with even more new reveals. He drops the information that Gumong discovered the emperor's true nature shortly after his defection to the Lao Kingdom and started minimizing the information about black magic techniques in his reports. Although he had no way of reporting the truth to Chuanghua, the reason why he stabbed Moshi was that the puppet pill in his spiritual core could be discovered by Princess Mengja when healing him.
Oh my god. Wow.
Like,
that's why he stabbed Moshi.
like, it was, I feel like he already had like a valid reason to stab him to like sell the bit.
Yeah.
But this makes
was-
even more sense. Like, he wouldn't have gone that far at all.
Oh my god.
If it weren't to save him.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow,
So,
okay.
So now we know puppet pill isn't actually in him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's good. But Murong Lian isn't done with all of his sucker punches. So we get even more information.
Okay.
Number 1, the Lao Kingdom may have scrambled Gumong's brains, but they weren't the ones responsible for removing his memories. Number 2, Gumong's 2 souls weren't taken by the Lao Kingdom either. He willingly sacrificed them to seal the baby demon blood beast inside a soul box made of his soul,
Okay.
with I guess his other soul as the key. Number 3, Gumong lost his memories after he returned to Chuanghua, and the emperor is responsible. Taking advantage of Murong Lian's hatred for Gumong, he ordered him to give him an amnesia pill, but Murong's innate suspiciousness kicked in when the tortured and incoherent Gumong gives him the soul box and asks him to safeguard it from the emperor. So he's like, maybe I should do that.
That's crazy. So Murong Lian was already like against Gumong, and Gumong was like, bro, there's an even higher evil.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so that was the moment where Murong Lian's like, okay, like I was already like keeping a safe distance from the emperor, because I know the emperor can be very suspicious of other people, especially relatives, because there's this prophecy, basically, that the emperor has been subjected to his own life. There was this prophecy that, like, a close relative of yours is gonna fucking screw you over. So and this whole time, he kind of thought it might have been Murong Lian's, which is why Murong Lian spent a lot of time acting very frivolous, getting addicted to drugs, doing anything to put the emperor off the scent that it could be him. But the entire time, it wasn't fucking him. It was Princess Mengja.
I love that.
The one person the emperor trusted out of everyone. His sister.
Awesome.
I always screwed him over.
It's like That's So Raven, you know? You get the prophecy of what you think's gonna happen, so you try to prevent it, but then you didn't realize the actual thing comes in and makes the prophecy come true. That's every episode of That's So Raven.
That's good to know. I haven't seen That's So Raven. But now I feel like I have through this novel. Thank you, Meat Bun. Yeah. So there's a lot of detail in those series of events. It's a little bit easier to just read it in the book, but hopefully that gives you the gist of that. The important thing is his souls at least aren't currently scattered to the ether like we thought they were. They do exist.
I just also love that you could just imagine like the Guoshi in the Lao Kingdom. It's like, we actually didn't do all the bad things.
You guys are blaming us for what?
Yeah.
It wasn't even there. It was busy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. So what on earth is going to happen next in this scene? Let's find out. You'd think that Moshi would be safe at this point. But no. Well, anyways, the Emperor does have the soul box now, but I kind of missed the part. How did you get the soul box? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Wait, no, I remember. No, that was like the whole thing from last time, is I think like they went and got the soul box from the Lao Kingdom. I don't know how it got back to Lao. I think Moshi gave the fucking soul box to the Emperor.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I actually can't remember. The important thing is that the Emperor has the soul box now, but he still can't open it because he doesn't have the key made from Gumong's other soul, which Murong Liang claims to have destroyed. But the Emperor is going to try to bust it open by sacrificing his life just to take down everyone here, because he just hates everybody at this point.
Got it.
He's crazy, and we can't let that happen. So Moshi fights him, but due to the vow of calamity, he's literally struck down by lightning for turning against the Emperor.
Oh.
Yeah, he made that vow as like, I will never turn against you. I will never fight you. I'll never
literally struck.
And the heavens, the heavens are like, you made that fucking promise. We were watching. Struck down by lightning.
That's so funny.
And Moshi's like down for the count. He's fucking out. He's struck by lightning. He's not getting back up. And so after that, the Emperor breaks the soul box with the remainder of his life force and unleashes the demon blood beast.
Oh man.
Oopsie boopsie for everyone there.
I hope it's cool.
So Moshi, struck by lightning, wakes up 7 days later.
Okay.
And discovers a lot of things. First, that the demon blood beast returned to the Lao Kingdom.
He wakes it up.
Like, goes back.
Yeah. Like Godzilla retreating into the ocean.
Yes. And that was a little anticlimactic. I mean, it's gonna get around to destroying the country eventually.
That's so
but
funny though. It's like you open it up, he's like, anyways, I'm going home.
I know. It's like, okay, glad we didn't miss anything important, but so that happened, and the Lao Kingdom's army is now at the capital's gates preparing to attack. So I guess the demon blood beast probably went back and then came all the way back with the army. Yeah. So we're good.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Slight detour, back. Moshi also learns to his utter astonishment that Gumong has somehow recovered and is preparing to lead his old army as the general once more.
Oh.
Since his reputation was publicly restored to the court, that he's not a bad person but was actually a spy.
Cool.
That helps. But how is this possible? Weren't Gumong's souls both destroyed? What happened was this. After the soul box was destroyed, unleashing the demon blood beast, Gumong's soul, which should have scattered into the ether, was found hovering over Moshi's body in the rubble as if trying to protect him.
Oh my god, his soul was too gay.
His soul was too fucking gay.
Damn.
As for his other soul, the entire time, it had been housed in the thumb ring that Murong Lian once cryptically returned to Gumong, hoping it would help his weakened soul survive the torture he was about to undergo at the time.
Okay.
And so he didn't destroy it like he said. He was just fucking lying again.
Wow.
As you can imagine, Moshi's entire world is rocked with hope that he had long since given up. He rushes to the drill grounds, even with his heavy injuries, and cries tears of happiness at the first sight of his Gumong Gaga unbroken brilliant, smiling, invincible as always.
Fuck yes!
And we have this beautiful quote that I wanted to read out loud. Moshi had never dared ask for anything extravagant, yet fate had finally taken pity on him and bestowed upon him the most beautiful dream of his life. No, it wasn't a dream. It was real. Those remnants of filth had been washed away.
That's the name of the book! Oh my god! You think the whole time, like, they're the remnants of filth, but no, it was about the remnants of filth being washed away!
It's good shit right there.
Damn.
What a good moment.
That's awesome.
What's so great is, like, you really experience so much of Moshi's grief and devotion so closely as a reader. Like, you really feel all of his feelings. And so getting to this point, it really feels like you are also experiencing that, like, burst of hope and joy for the first time in what seems like ages. And it's just amazing. Like, this is why I love reading. It's like you get to experience these intense emotions that are just so far out of the bounds of daily life. It's such a good moment.
Hell yeah.
And that's when we get that full spread page of art. It's like truly like, yeah, that does feel like a full spread emotion. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
You might be wondering about Moshi's reunion with Gumong after that first emotional moment, but truthfully, with a battle to prepare, they simply slip right back into the familiar relationship they had before, with an even more comfortable intimacy between them now that they're fully on the same page about their devotion for each other. So it just feels right. It just feels like you don't even question it. You don't even have anything to really do in the moment. It's just so good. And we're just kind of basking in the radiance coming off of Gumong's fully restored souls. He's just so impossible to look away from. You just want to just stare at him. He's so good.
I feel it. I feel energized. I feel happy.
Me too. Gumong even finally receives the blue and gold hero's ribbon from Murong Lian himself, who is now looking more and more like a Cinderella than a despicable bully, especially when Gumong glomps him. The two of them bicker like brothers teasing each other rather than master and slave.
Oh.
Speaking of which, no more slave collar for Gumong, and similarly, this common crisis has united cultivators, nobles, common folk, rich people and poor people, like all for the good of the nation. And we have this, like, perspective of Gumong, like, looking around him and seeing how, like, even though they're facing this really terrible situation with, like, enemy kingdom at their gates, everyone has united for this cause, and he's kind of seen a little piece of that vision he always hoped for, that there wouldn't be so much disparity between different types of people, just people who care for the country that they're in and each other.
You literally see Danmei Scrooge McDuck helping Tiny Tim.
It's what he would have wanted.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a really cute moment.
Epic rock battles of Danmei!
So his mind might be restored, but his spiritual core will never return. It was ripped out of him and refined into one of the eyeballs on Guoshi's evil Guchen.
Oh.
Yes. And how do we find that out? Gumong forgot to tell everyone that, but there's a little moment of confusion on the battlefield when a ghostly form of Gumong appears to fight Gumong on the battlefield.
Oh.
Yep. His, like, spiritual core was refined into a spiritual guy.
To a spirit.
Yes, and he, I guess, has a flute. He, like, does a little fluty flute thing.
What we have learned from China is that the flute is evil.
Yeah, the flute will, like, kick your ass. And so Murong Lian enters into a music battle to fend him off, despite hating, like, he had a dance mom, right, who forced him to learn music spiritual techniques, and he hates it, but he's also really good at it. So he enters into the rap battle with him.
What's he playing?
Like a lute.
Oh, sick. Okay.
I forget what it's called, but it's basically a lute. Meanwhile, this entire time, the Lao Kingdom has been sacrificing hundreds of butterfly-boned beauty feasts.
Oh!
You know a lot about them from Arha.
Yeah.
To rebirth the demon blood beast for this battle. They've been collecting them for some time now, and just hundreds of them just into the soup. Not good. It's horrifying.
Okay.
So this has all happened. Like, the battle's begun. We're fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Like, it's on.
And they're rebirthing the demon blood beast?
Yes. Okay. Because it was a baby. He was just a baby, and so I guess, granted, I'm a little fuzzy on the details. He's a baby, and he's like baby Godzilla. He could probably do a lot of damage as baby Godzilla.
And now he's Godzilla 2.0.
But now they're basically charging up the Godzilla laser form of Godzilla to really fuck everyone over.
Okay.
But don't worry, Gumong has a plan for that.
Another plan that requires sacrificing himself. Gumong. No!
We just got to a happy part.
Oh my god.
Now, Gumong studied the demon blood beast while he was undercover in the Lao Kingdom, so he knows it pretty well. And he has a plan for this battle, a secret plan, which never bodes well, because Gumong is keeping a secret from Moshi, which usually means Gumong is in trouble.
Oh god.
He casts a technique called heart resonance that empathetically binds him with the demon blood beast. He can see all of its thoughts, memories, and emotions, and so can the beast for him. This technique was something he cultivated for a much sappier and gayer reason, dreaming of one day using it with Moshi, just to be extra gay and connected, I guess. But it's also similar to the technique that Chen Tong used to seal away the demon blood beast back in the day.
That's so sad, though, that he wanted to use it to feel so connected to Moshi.
And he developed that technique while he was in the Lao Kingdom. Kind of like on the side, like, man, I miss Moshi. I wish we could like be connected no matter what.
It's like having one of those bracelets you tap and it vibrates and your partner can feel it across the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, he invented that.
Oh.
Even though he's like, I'll never get a chance to use this, but it's a nice thought.
Oh my god. And now he's using it to be with the beast.
Yeah,
okay?
And let me tell you, the thoughts and memories and shit are all just like death and destruction. It's not good.
Cool.
The demon blood beast does not immediately destroy the city, but instead feeds on the rampant demonic chi, which has festered there since the plague which the emperor caused. So while that's happening, Gumong instructs Yue Chenqing to go with his army to Warrior Soul Mountain and break the seal on a powerful spiritual weapon, a bow that belonged to the first emperor's brother. Back in the day, when the nation was first founded by these two brothers, they turned on each other. Not only did the winner kill his brother, but he cursed all of his brother's descendants to be marked as slaves. So, definitely something to be said about how there truly was no difference between the royal bloodline and the bloodline of slaves. You know, that disparity
They were all royal at one point.
The completely made up disparity, obviously.
Wow.
But anyways, if Yue Chenqing is able to get to this bow, charge it up with the spiritual energy of like 10,000 soldiers, and shoot this bow and hit the beast 7 feet below the heart, it will die. So that's Gumong's plan, send him off on that mission. Now, while Moshi and Murong then fight the Lao Kingdom Guoshi, who has shown up.
My boy.
Please no. Gumong knowingly goes to his death. The moment the demon blood beast is struck with that killing arrow, he feels himself dying as well.
Oh.
So for him, it is a deeply bittersweet moment. He is able to die a warrior's death while leading the army he cherished so much, all in the service of protecting the nation and for the sake of a better future. But even then, it pains him so much to think about Moshi, who he selfishly loved every bit as much as his selfless dream for a peaceful future. And so we do get to see a lot of his like dying thoughts and feelings, which makes it very impactful, even more than it already is. And his body just like, while everyone's kind of celebrating as the demon blood beast is dying, his body just falls into the river, and no one even notices. The soldiers around him don't notice until Moshi's anguish cry alerts them.
Oh god.
But they're not able, like, and they try to search for his body, and they can't find it, and Moshi's the one who's like, stop looking, like, we have a battle to keep fighting.
Oh god.
They can't even recover his body, and it's like Moshi knows that, kind of gets a sense that Gumong, you know, planned this or wanted this, or like what that was about, and he just doesn't even have time to grieve because he has to carry on the mission, and it's just so sad.
Yeah.
But next slide.
Bad news. I think Meat Bun watched Evangelion.
Yeah, so even though Gumong nobly sacrificed himself to kill the demon blood beast, Guoshi has accounted for this type of defeat. He won't be beaten by the same trick twice, and what do I mean by that? He was there when Chen Tong sealed away the beast hundreds of years ago, using a similar technique. Not only that, Chen Tong was his shizun. The Lao Kingdom Guoshi is none other than its former king, Hua Puan himself, who is described as having a handsome chiseled face. I'll give you that.
Yes!
So after...
The Lao kingdom was previously...
Yeah, so originally Huapoen was a slave in the Changhua kingdom, and his shizun Chentang like gave him a chance. He's like, went to the emperor, was like, hey, we should allow slaves to cultivate, you know, we should have equality and shit. And this was like the first step towards that. Then Huapoen, for some reason, went off the rails into the dark arts and defected to the Lao kingdom, became its king, did a bunch of dark magic shit there. And after that, slaves were definitely screwed. Like, they had no rights at all because he turned traitor.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was hundreds of years ago, so he's been around.
Okay.
So, after Chentang foiled him the last time, he tampered with the demon blood beast so that if it did die, its body would slowly become a sea of blood, consuming all in its path.
Oh, did he also build an ark?
I sure hope so. Because I don't really know what the fucking plan is after that. And so it does over the following days. The residents of the city evacuate to the furthest side, but everyone is running out of time. Gumong's body is not even recovered. To outsiders, Moshi does not even pause to grieve, but focuses on his duties in fighting the war at hand. But when he returns to his estate for a brief rest, he's reduced to a sobbing mess in Gumong's room. The immensity of his grief, his dashed hopes, it all just seems like a cruel, unchangeable fate.
Damn! How could they do that to us? After giving us the Remnants of Filth line.
Right? We had just a brief shining moment where everything was okay, and then Gumong goes and fucking dies for the upteenth time.
And it didn't even matter.
Wow.
Zheng Fuli. I'm not even a real guy. Moshi barely holding himself together under the weight of his grief.
That's rough, buddy. Okay, so one last twist brings us to the end of this volume. I don't even know if I mentioned this earlier, but during the banquet in which the emperor was distributing the medicine from Zheng Fuli, the whole thing that's set off all of the events was that the medicine was the mind control medicine, and also Zheng Fuli wasn't Zheng Fuli. Like, it was a fake puppet thing. It wasn't the actual medicine master.
Okay.
The emperor was just, you know, using his image to back the medicine.
Sure.
So, Zheng Fuli has been missing this entire time. But he does show up now. So, the real Zheng Fuli, not the fake one put forth by the emperor, finally returns to the capital. And he's missing an eye. No answer about that yet. But his personality seems completely different. Rather than the heartless, money-driven man known to all in the capital, he has an ethereal, commanding air about him.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And the first thing he does is he takes aside Moshi to tell him the truth about his past. He is not the legendary sage Cheng Tong, but he was made to be Chen Tong. Hundreds of years ago, Hua Poan was unable to cope with the death of his shizun who died opposing him. So he crafted a puppet with Chen Tong's souls, memories, and feelings.
Oh my god.
That's a little bit gay.
So gay! Oh my god.
Get in line.
My
Join a support group with Murong.
And Shu Shanglin.
Yeah. Okay, so that happened. So he's been around for hundreds of years with all of his memories and shit. But then at some point he suffered from amnesia about that, aside from a few cryptic dreams. And then he started going under the identity of Zheng Fuli.
Okay.
Because he didn't know who he actually was, or that he was even a puppet. But then those memories were restored to him when he went to Bat Island.
Okay.
Because he was the person that the Bat Queen Wu Yan fell in love with on that magical island all those years ago.
Oh, shit.
Hence jogging his memory about everything else. Now, a small note on that magical island. There is a big Arha spoiler if you are not up to date on the most recently published version, volume of Arha. Okay. So if you're up to date on Arha, published in English, you're good.
Okay.
Otherwise, tread with caution.
Okay.
But a note on the magical island. Next slide. Just so happens that the Chen clan has been safeguarding that island because it houses the magical high-tongue tree branch from the Flame Emperor's sacred tree. The legendary tree harkening back to the beginning of the creation. Chuani's fucking tree! Okay. The last part I personally inferred, but I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of other sacred wood pieces floating around, so we've essentially encountered the story of Chuani's fetus. And if you want to know how his little tree fetus childhood was, he's on this nice little island, and every year someone from the Chen clan would come and like play it some music and like teach it how to be a good tree and not an evil tree. So yeah, you know, he was nurtured.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It was like, wait a fucking moment. So yeah, that's why he was on the island when the Bat Queen showed up there. I fell in love with him. She thought he was like making the island all magical, but it was actually like the tree.
Remember when we first went through that and I wondered if she had fallen in love with Chuanning? Close! But okay,
he was there in the background.
But she got all upset because he never visited her, and so she assumed that he died or something, right?
Yes. Yeah, so he may have just gotten, I think that may have been the point where he got amnesia or something. Because he like didn't return to the island or anything. He kind of, I think that's why. And so, you know, he was able to talk to her and figure out what the hell happened, and she was able to get some closure from that. Yeah.
Wait, so she shows up?
No, but he's telling Moshi how he got his memories back.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, yeah, I talked to the Bat Queen while we was on that island.
And turns out I was her long lost love.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
And she was cool with that, I guess.
She was like, oh, so you didn't... The whole thing was like, don't ever fuck another woman or I'll know. Right?
Yeah.
And so he didn't.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, something I didn't write notes on because I honestly don't even know where to go with this. But the thing with Zheng Fuli that has everyone just like boggled out of their minds is that he is married to this woman who is like the most beautiful woman on the planet. She's always like wearing a veil because she's so fucking beautiful.
Okay.
And also there was that weird, if you remember all the way back in one of the earlier volumes, there was that sword spirit that went crazy because the Lao Kingdom Guoshi like killed all of these women who looked like a certain woman he was in love with, which ended up being this woman who became Zheng Fuli's wife. Now, Zheng Fuli, you know, previously he was like the money-grubbing, bad personality guy, not this ethereal, good guy.
Yeah.
But she knew that he was this Chen Tang puppet, I think. You know, she's the one who, like, when he had amnesia, like, the first thing he remembered is he was with her, and she told him what his name was supposed to be, and that he got amnesia for, like, these innocuous reasons, and that they were married. So, like, I don't know if, like, they were actually married, if it was just kind of, like, this, like, lavender marriage, I guess, this kind of marriage that was just kind of in name. I don't know what her deal is in protecting him or being, you know, connected to him, but she knows his real identity and seems to revere him for that. So there's a real connection there. And Moshi is already kind of wondering what the deal is with her because she's definitely not acting like someone who's scared of the Lao Kingdom Guoshi. He's definitely not acting like a former lover of the Guoshi. And we kind of know the Guoshi's mega gay for Chen Tong out of everybody. So it's like there's definitely something there that we're going to find out about in the next volume.
Well, is the Guoshi not killing Chen Tong's lover?
Maybe.
Like
that would make way more sense.
People that looked like Chen Tong's lover.
Yeah,
we thought he was killing women that looked like his own lover, but he's actually killing women that look like Chen Tong's lover because he was in love with Chen Tong.
It could be the curry blue.
I don't know.
I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I'm just so confused on what the timeline is or what the deal is there, what her deal is. I don't know, but there's definitely we're gonna probably find out a lot more about Hua Poan, Chen Tong, and even her in the next volume because next slide. Is the last volume.
Oh shit. Okay.
And the very last thing that the volume leaves us with is that Moshi doesn't care about anything Zheng Fuli just told him. He cares about what he tells him next. By using a special crystal protected by the Chen clan, which Zheng Fuli has brought back with him, there might be a way for Moshi to stop the Blood Sea. And as long as Moshi completes one task, he may be able to undo even death itself.
Ooh.
So Gumang is gonna come back, baby. He better.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, I'm assuming he does. Oh my god. Is he gonna use fucking rebirth?
Yeah, I don't know. Is he the fucking legendary sage? I don't know.
Oh my god. That's cool. Oh my god.
Yeah, what a
I feel
wild
like
ride.
it's like Yuwu, as like convoluted as it is, sometimes it's so fun to talk about though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we laugh the most doing the Yuwu book clubs.
Because it's like if you don't laugh, you cry.
If you guys would like to laugh alongside us, every Friday at 7 p.m. PST, we do Danmei Game Nights. It's an amazing community where we hang out live and we chat about our favorite characters, and we also play games like drawing games and writing games that are all Danmei, and everyone there knows all these characters and stuff. So if you're interested in hanging out with us and supporting our channel, you can click join down below. It's a great way to make new friends and support what we do. So thank you, Stitch, for another incredible PowerPoint. I'm so eager to find out what happens next.
Me too. Oh,
God.
and there's even a special edition. For
Yes.
you, so that'll be very exciting.
Hell yeah. What's it come with? A 2-page fold-out bound into the book, plus a separate double-sided bookmark, 7 postcards,
Ooh.
a poster, and a sticker sheet.
That means the postcards will have the cover art. I love the cover art.
Me
for
too.
you.
I love this
like,
artist so
The special
much.
edition would be worth it just for that.
Who is this artist again? Is it
I think
ST?
it must be. Yeah, it's
on
the
the front.
illustrations.
Yeah, it's like...
Street.
Street? ST? I don't know how to say that, but they're like my favorite fucking Danmei artist.
They're so good.
Anyways, we will see you guys next time. Bye!